Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are going to do the third in a series of my concealer and color corrector videos. Today we have two from the same maker. We have the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring 24-hour hydrating and radiant color correcting creamy concealer. That's its name. Can we just call it the new Givenchy concealer? Let's just agree to that. And we're going to pair it with its little brother here. That is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Corrector. This one comes in two shades, the green and also a peach shade. I picked up the green since in the Tarte comparison, I used the kind of apricot or peach shade. I figured we'd give the green a try this time. In the demo, I will once again come on with literally no makeup at all on my skin. I have found that in these videos, it is much more effective if even foundation does not get in the way. And I show you my dark pits of despair around my eyes before and after. So we are going to do that again. Also, I will, in the follow-up after the demo, let you know how I compare these to the other concealers we have looked at and to the other color correctors that we have looked at. Plus, keep a watch. Sometime this week, I believe, we will have the IT Cosmetics Concealer, which is a big release coming out from them that a lot of you have loved their products in the past, and I will have that to review as well. Very quickly, before we go to the demo, I do want to place the Givenchy Prisme Libre Concealer on my concealer spectrum. If you are new to this channel, I have learned over the years that the only way to let someone know if they're going to really like a concealer is to compare its consistency to one they already like or dislike if they want to stay away from it. And by that, I do a concealer spectrum. One side of it is very heavy, thick. Some people say cakey. I say cakey, but some people love them. Concealers like the Pat McGrath concealer, the KVD concealer, and the Too Faced original concealer Shape Tape. Those are all the way over here thick. I find them cakey and horrible, probably because I have no self-control over how much I apply. This may be true. And on the other side of the spectrum, I place my beloved Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer, which is very easy to work with and very thin in texture. Now, you might say to me, if you've seen my Valentino review, why isn't the Valentino the lightest? The Valentino, if you remember that review, I had out of frame. It was so light. It's essentially water with a little bit of tint added to it. I think it's so off the scale, it can't even be on it. So I will leave the Armani Power Fabric as our lightweight, thinnest, but easiest to work with. Okay. And then we have something like the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful. And in the middle here, the Huda, if you've used the Huda, is middle towards thick, but right smack dab in the middle is the Charlotte Tilbury, and guess what's going to join her right smack dab in the middle is the new Givenchy Prisme Libre that we will be seeing today. If you like a true, not self-described medium coverage, a true medium coverage like the Charlotte Beautiful Concealer, you will also like the Givenchy. The other one that goes in the middle here with the Givenchy would be the Dior Forever, by the way, I mean, if you were wondering. So these are good middle of the road, really nice concealers. So let us go to the demo now. I want to show you how this does. And like I said, I will be, prepare yourself, makeup free, and you will see my dark caverns of despair under my eyes on full display, because it's the only way to know if this stuff actually works. So stay right there. Okay, this being the third concealer corrector video I've done, I think we are now all beyond the shock value of me with nothing on my face and my dark pits of despair. Cue my little sound effect. Okay, so here's what we're dealing with. Let me just get the right angle. If I turn too much, you won't see it. It is a darkness that is here and under the eyes. Okay, I have some visible veins here and assorted redness and all sorts of things around my face, and I have this on both sides. I have learned that when we are doing a corrector video, I like to come on with nothing at all on my face, because even a bit of foundation, the foundations out today are so good. Even a bit of foundation is already color correcting, and you can't help but run the brush kind of by the eyes. So let's do this unadulterated. Sorry. All right, I'm going to do one side of the face with the color corrector and then the concealer. So we're going to get right in here. This is the green. We know that I love my orange tart, so I just decided let's try the green. Little bit of a fragrance. I don't know if you can, this is a little bit of just hyperpigmentation here. I don't know if you could really call it a fragrance, but it's dissipated already, but there is a little something when you open nothing like that horrible Valentino. Okay, so this will obviously be green with no concealer over it, obviously, but let us see how this does at kind of, I like to put it on the lids too. I'm finding it's a really nice kind of primer. Okay, so as expected, I'm green like witchy poo, but the question is, has it covered the dark pits of despair or not? And will the concealer, this is nothing. Here is just the green color corrector. And remember, Givenchy makes a peach as well, but I have not tried the peach. Okay, and will the concealer cover up the green? Because you know my joke. Sometimes these green and orange color correctors, you're not red or purpley blue anymore because you're essentially green. Like you should get on your broomstick and fly away cackling. Okay, so here we go. Same slight fragrance. Okay, let's put it everywhere. Now remember, you guys, I'm also going to be putting on foundation. So it doesn't really look like there's too much green here that a foundation wouldn't cover. And for this video, I will indeed use the Givenchy. I have my fusion brushes out here from Sonia G, and I figure those are the best ones to use. So now we're going to put the concealer over, and the question is, does this cover the green enough, and does the green cover up the dark pits of despair? Okay, so we do not have foundation on, and you know, most people do put their foundation on first. I'm kind of finding if you use color corrector, I actually kind of like being able to do the foundation after. It's an added layer of coverage. Okay, so here we go. Don't want to turn too much. I want you to be able to see it. This side of my face has the green Givenchy color corrector. There is a peach, but not on my face. And the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring 24-Hour Hydrating and Radiant Correcting Creamy Concealer in N250. And this side has nothing but a dark pit of despair. All right, let me look too. Yeah, I mean, it really helps, you guys, without with. And I don't think the green is so green that it's problematic. So far, do I still like the Tarte better? You bet I do. But you know, again, I said this in my last video, and that Valentino in the last video was terrible. And I think the Ole Henriksen was okay. You know, it was okay. Definitely this is better than the Ole Henriksen, and obviously this is better than the Valentino, which couldn't really call itself a concealer. This is going to be a close second. It's still not going to take the place of my Tarte, and I still love that Tom Ford concealer. I will link those other two videos. Here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to finish this up. I won't make you sit through it. I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how I kind of rank these if you're in the market for a corrector and a concealer. Stay right here. Okay, here is my finished look for the day. Let's take a look. Now we have the Givenchy foundation. I have that all linked below over the top. So there, what do you think now of the dark pits of despair around my eyes? Trying to give you a better look at it there. Now that they're all covered up. Perfectly lovely little concealer and color corrector combo. This does come in the peachy shade. What do I think? Again, I was hinting at it during the demo of these three that I have done. I think the Tom Ford concealer is excellent if you want a cream concealer. And this Givenchy is absolutely lovely as well. As I told you in the intro, I kind of think it is kind of akin to the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Concealer. Both excellent. Kind of true medium coverage concealer. This is about as good of a concealer as the Tom Ford that I reviewed, but it is a different consistency. In terms of color correction, This is better than nothing, but it's not the best. So far, the Tarte is the best. I have not tried the Tarte Green, however, so I cannot compare that. And I do know that community member Simo says she has tried the peachy shade and it did nothing for any darkness under her eyes. And our community members do count. Your comments and what you tell me does make an impact on me when I advise others. So I do know that she did not have luck with the peach. This green is definitely better than nothing, but the Tarte, in my opinion, in the peach shade was a miracle worker. I don't know. We need more discussion on this below. It's honestly, like I always say, it's what makes us a community. The Valentino, I'll link my Valentino and Ole Henriksen review. Those two were the worst of the bunches. I still have the It Cosmetics concealer coming up, which is seeming to be a very hyped release that's coming from It Cosmetics. I got it on QVC. It has not been in wider release yet. So that review is coming up. I don't think I have a color corrector to put with that. We'll just use it on its own, I think. But, you know, if you are a fan of Givenchy, this green combo with this, hey, I mean, that is not bad, you know? I mean, considering I would normally skip color corrector entirely, I think that's not bad. But, you know, we need to talk about this as a community, so definitely comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Helps us keep growing. And while you're at it, come over and say a big hello and a follow over on TikTok and Instagram too. You can continue to support this channel in a bigger way by giving super thanks or by becoming a member, but in any way that you choose to participate, I'm just thrilled to see you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.